It's a crapshoot today. Oh, yeah, it's filling up now.
There you go.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Is that ever...
Oh, we don't have lights on.
You're also live right now.
Oh, am I?
Yeah.
Okay, great.
Everything's great today.
Everything's just fabulous today. Oh, my God. What a morning. We have no lights on. Okay, so we're running late today for a couple of reasons. The first and foremost is that we had to move all of the cameras over onto a different computer. The computer that we were using to run the cameras decided it wasn't going to work today.
Yeah.
Wouldn't power up, wouldn't do anything. So we had to reconnect all of the cameras, reconnect the microphones. And speaking of microphones, this is pretty cool. Little rig. Pretty neat. Hopefully it works. You
Hopefully
can all
it works
hear
great.
me. A little bit of luck, good management. It's been a hell of a week. I got my booster on Monday, kicked my butt on Monday afternoon, and Tuesday I was a write-off. And then Wednesday felt fantastic, got right into it, got a whole bunch accomplished. I was just feeling fabulous. And then Thursday, poof. So woke up, headache, sore throat, cough, the whole 9 yards. My voice sort of cracks and breaks as we go, but you'll have to forgive me. Bad enough that went off and got a COVID test, came back negative. So I have to do another one on Sunday. Yuck. But so far, so good. Anywho, so you'll have to forgive me if I cough and hack while we're doing this today. But yeah, just a scratchy throat, sore throat, cough. If I get too busy. I personally think it's just the asthma acting up, but whatever.
The microphone looks so professional.
Yeah, except for the people behind it.
Yeah. This is a circus.
Yeah, it's a bit of a zoo here today. So we moved everything over to the other computer, and that's what we discovered. Yeah. As it happens, then we had to remember all the frickin' passwords for everything. So, including Facebook and YouTube and you name it. So, yeah, it was a comedy of errors here for a good
Google,
half hour,
YouTube,
45
Facebook,
minutes. Everything.
our software password.
Yeah,
Luckily,
Brian.
I know that one.
Yeah. So, it made for an interesting couple of minutes.
Nice and loud. Good.
Oh, good. Excellent. As long as it's clear and fingers crossed we don't lose sound during this one. So... yeah, we spent a few bucks and ordered some cool microphones. So, it looks pretty spiffy. We'll see how it works out. So, a bunch of things. We've got some really cool giveaways today. I got a great I had placed an order with Tombow for some new stuff for the website, some stuff I wanted to try out. And they included some really nice pencil sets in my shipment. So I've got 3 nice sets of Tombow pencils to give away. Some nice little drawing sets. So we've got 3 sets of that. And we've also got some envelopes with a little ornament blank and some nice little stencils. So we have those to give away. So that'll make for a fun afternoon. And then we have something special too. Because January and February is, I believe it's like Art and Creativity Month, something like that. Anyway, so I thought it'd be fun if we had something really special. So we have one of my light tablets to give away. So that will be fun for, pardon me, for this. So we've got a lot to cover today. We're going to be painting Jack in the Pulpit. I love this piece. I think this one is super fun, super easy. And Renee's looking very impressed with himself over there. What did you find? What?
That audio sounds great.
Okay. So he's got headphones, earbuds in, listening on his phone to the broadcast so he could find out what sounds is.
I wanted to make sure that it sounded good.
And it does, obviously.
It sounds awesome.
Okay. So does it sound awesome when I slip over here? Should be
Probably
okay,
be a little quieter.
A little quieter, but as long as it works, I'm happy, and that we don't lose sound. That'll be good. So I did get some happy mail this week.
Oop, happy mail.
I got happy mail this week. I got some Christmas cards this week. I
Tad
know,
late.
but you know what? The mail has been terrible lately. But I did. I got a couple of Christmas cards this week. I got this pretty one with cardinal on it, and it had a little note inside it from Robin Storm to both of us, to Tracy and Renee. So, Robin, thank you, sweetie, so much for thinking of us. We got it today. Just wanted to let you know that, or yesterday, I should say. Let you know that, and it's so appreciated. Thank you very much. And we got this pretty handmade card right here. Some of the design looks very familiar on it. And it says, we want to wish you both a blessed and Merry Christmas and a very Happy New Year. Thank you for your continued support throughout 2021, which has allowed us to celebrate 40 stupendous years in business. We are looking forward to our continued partnership, bringing lots of exciting new things in 2022. And it has best wishes for the holidays from Stampendous, and it is signed by Fran, Peggy, Terry, Lori, Ronnie, and Debbie, the staff at Stampendous Stamps. So that was really sweet. It was a nice thing to find in the mail this week. And then, of course, my little buddy Deb, who works with Stampendous, she sent me some goodies, these gorgeous stamps. These are the newest ones from Stampendous. This one is called Lavender Scent. It's a cling. It's 2 pieces. It's got 2 stamps in it. It's a beautiful set. Can't wait to use this one. And then this one was in there too. This one is the Slim Signature Script. I love this. I mean, I'm all over this. This is going to be awesome. So if you are looking for those stamps or would like to get your hands on these stamps, just toddle over to paintingwithdeb.com. She's got those on her website. These are fabulous. I'm excited to use these. So I'm going to send up my thanks to Miss Deb. I also got a box from Miss Sandy this week. I had an order for some brayers, so the mini brayers, we have those back in stock, and so those came in. And then Miss Sandy sent me some nice spongel, their sponge that's loaded with your bath gel, your shower gel, and whatnot. They're freaking awesome. I love them. So she sent me a couple of those. It was really sweet. So I got pampered a little bit this week. It's been a miserable week, but
Everything was not going according to plan.
No, nothing went according to plan this week. The car broke down, reacted to the vaccine, and I got sick again. The computer died. It was just, oh well.
Dog had a bath.
The dog, yeah, he took Dot into PetSmart. They've got a bath thing, so Dot went in, and she had to go and meet everybody, apparently. Yeah. So, yeah, it made for an interesting week. So, better days ahead. We're going to spend some time today playing in paint.
Playing paint?
Playing in paint.
No, playing in paint.
Yeah.
Not playing paint?
No. We're going to play in paint. It tells you what kind of week it is. I didn't even have my surface base coated. And then when I did get base coated, I bumped into it, got black all over my sweater.
As you can see on camera.
I got the black mark on my boob. So, yeah, joys of, I'll tell you, it's been a week.
But the microphone works.
Hey,
we still got about, 2 hours? Maybe an hour and a half?
Yeah, it's
to
early.
See if it really works. It's still early.
It's still early. But hopefully we don't have the thing crapping out on us. But it's, we've been on air for a few minutes, and so far so good.
So far, it's great.
So, the piece that we're going to work on today is called Jack in the Pulpit. I really like this piece. It's an older design. I just reworked it for a smaller surface and to make it a little more teachable on camera. So I just reworked it a little bit, which meant that I just changed up a few things. It has a really simple palette, nothing extravagant, and it's some fun stenciling techniques. So I think you're going to find this one pretty easy. I used a Harlequin, a 1-inch diamond pattern in the background of this one, but you could use whatever you want. You want polka dots back there? Go for it. You can put swirls and scrolls, whatever. It will work, I promise you. I think even buffalo check would work back there at this point. It's one of those, it's a simple enough design. You just need something to break up that background. So it'll be an easy one to do. And then the lettering is very straightforward. It's a simple one, nothing over the top. and we're just going to do some basic shading at the base of it. So it's going to be a pretty simple piece to do, but I think you'll be really happy with the results in the end. So if you are ready to get started on Jack and the Pulpit, so am I.
Oh, yeah. Deanna Swindlehurst asked if there was a reason for the names at the bottom of the screen.
The names are people who have liked the video, people who have followed.
And in this case, the names you see on the screen right now, Linda Sharp is our newest subscriber to YouTube.
Nice. Linda, welcome.
And I think this one, JL Brewer, is our newest member, but that one got stuck for some reason.
Okay. Can we unstuck it?
I will try.
He's going to try and unstuck it.
I don't know why.
I'm still kind of grappling with the whole butterflies and... It's pretty.
It's pretty.
It's pretty.
Don't worry. During the class, all the butterflies will disappear. And
yeah, because it's just around this. I think it's just to, detract from the hair.
Yeah.
Reduce
cast
the
iron
glare
helmet.
from the hair.
Oh. All right.
So Linda Sharp is, she is the mistress of stroke work. She
Oh,
does
yeah?
the most beautiful stroke work.
Nice.
Incredible.
Why
Not
is...
to mention, she's just a super nice lady.
I got to adjust this camera.
Whoa, it's a bit bright.
Yeah. do. Let me guess. Oh, look, you can actually make out your line drawing now.
Woo. So I'm drinking tea.
Of course.
Just to keep this throat under control. But
There we go. Black is black.
black is black. Woo! Jeez, nice.
There you go.
Very nice. Very nice.
Good thing I know how to do that on the fly.
So, he's going to have to load in all the names from the like column. So if you want to get in on the door prizes, or not
From
door
Tombo.
prizes, the drawings, we have some stencil sets to give away. And we have 3 sets of the Tombow drawing sets. And it's a nice set. It's got the eraser in it. It's got a variety of pencils in that set. So it's pretty nice. So we've got 3 of those to give away. And then later in the month, we're going to give this away, which is that Art Light drawing pad, the tablet. That one's going to be a fun
From Moustache.
So, yeah, so don't forget, you've got to hit that like or hit that subscribe button on YouTube so that Renee can copy the names into that wheel so that we can put your name in for those drawings.
And somebody asked are we not on Facebook Live today? Yes, we are.
Yeah, we are.
As far as I know.
Yeah, we are. I'm watching it on my tablet screen here.
Now, did it go to your Facebook page or the Tracy Moreau Live page?
It's a Tracy Moreau design? Really? No?
No, is that... I don't know where it went. That's why
Yeah, it's on Tracy Moreau Design. I don't know. It's another one of those computer
Yeah.
issues. We're on the... if you go to the Tracy Moreau Design Facebook page, it's there. I'm sorry. It's one of those days.
It's one of those days.
Yeah. So it was supposed to go to Tracy Moreau Live. You can interact in public posts like this. Okay.
Yeah, that's great.
That's fabulous.
Yippee!
There we are. Yeah, it says Tracy Moreau Design is live now.
Okay.
Okay.
So, wrong one.
So yeah, for some odd reason we ended up on the wrong page, but it's all good. So this is Jack in the Pulpit. This one is a really simple floral. I know it sounds like it is probably going to be difficult to do. It really isn't. It's some very basic techniques. So we're going to work with liners. We're going to work with shaders and pardon me. And I'm going to use a nice big round brush to fill in all of the base coats. So this is a very straightforward piece using some very basic techniques. So if you're ready for this, so am I.
All right.
We're going to start with base coating. I'm going to pull this microphone a little closer. Here we go.
You don't have much further.
There, I'm fine. We're going to start with taping off our surface. Now,
And bringing it closer to
and
you.
bringing it closer to me, yes. Jeez, give him an inch.
Closer. Closer.
Closer. Okay, I'm pulling about 10 inches of tape. And we're going to come about 5 inches in, roughly. I'm guesstimating. You can measure if you like to. This is an 8x8 surface. Good gravy. There we go.
Mary Davis says, "Hi, Tracy."
Hi, Mary. Honest to Pete. Okay, Trace.
You good?
No. Lights are on and nobody's home today. I swear to God. I need a ruler because apparently I can't eyeball anything today. So I'm going to use my ruler and my chalk pencil. I'm going to measure 5 inches. Jeez Louise. Here we go. 5 inches. I'm going to make a mark. 5 inches and make a mark. Good heavens.
I'm just gonna.
You know,
I'm gonna share this to your Tracy Moreau Live.
okay. There we go. And I think that's too much. There we go. Alrighty. So I've got, oh my stars. You know, here.
Why can't I post nothing?
Nothing?
Nothing.
Okay. I messed that up. Should be about 5 inches. Hello. No, I had that right. Jeez Louise. I'm telling you, lights are on, nobody's home. So, this is 5 inches right here, from here to here. So I'm going to put my stenciling on this side. So this is how scattered we are today. Let me see if I can sort this out. And if I haven't confused everybody completely by now, I will in a minute. Oh my stars. Okay. I'm going to measure 5 inches. Hello. And I'm going to tape that off. Hello. Right like that. Good gravy. Okay, so I need 5 inches here to accommodate this image. Jeez Louise.
Oh, I had to switch. That's why. What the hell am I?
And now I can't find my...
Due to technology.
Oh, I don't think technology's entirely to blame. Telling you, elevator doesn't go to the top floor today. I lost my stencil. Okay. We spent so much time sorting out all the technical issues that I'm not nearly as prepared as I should be. Good heavens. I misplaced my stencil and now... Oh, there it is. Okay.
There. I'm doing a post. On your Tracy Moreau Live, which just takes you to Tracy Moreau Designs.
Oh, goodness. Okay, I just completely hooped this.
Let's just say it's due to the weather.
You know, it's been that week.
Yep.
It has been that week where everything just goes to hell in a hockey bag.
You're doing a very good job because I am very confused.
Oh, well done. Okay.
We're all confused.
Oh, yeah. Me in particular, and I'm the one that's in charge. That should worry you.
Yeah.
Okay. So, I'm telling you, I have 5 inches to the edge of this tape. It's supposed to be 5 inches to the edge, but we're going to go with it the way it is. Honest to Pete. It should not be quite dead center.
Get this
Do
girl
you see
some
what
coffee.
I mean? No, I don't need coffee. I don't know what I need. Okay, I need a minute.
Yeah.
Let's
So the-
zen out here.
So the live is technically being broadcasted on a Tracy Moreau page, just not the right
we
one.
usually do. Oh my gosh.
But there is a post that they can click and
Yeah. So I'm lining my stencil up on this surface, I'm telling you. And I'm going to tape it into place. Now, the two colors that I'm going to work with for this are rose gold and 24 karat gold.
since you're further
Fortunately-
away from your microphone, I just brought your levels up a bit.
Okay.
So
But this should work.
you're so normal, Tracy. Love it. She's
Oh.
abnormal.
I'm abnormal. Honestly. I mean, no, you know what? Years ago, well, not years. Yeah, it was years ago. It wasn't yesterday. It was a few years ago.
You need a big glass of wine.
Oh, no, I don't. That would only make things worse.
And more entertaining.
And definitely more entertaining. Okay.
Would you classify yourself as an entertainer now?
No.
No.
If I end up being entertaining, it's purely by accident. A number of years ago, I worked with, I had the opportunity to work with Martha Stewart at a couple of shows. And absolutely everything was prepped to the nth degree. And I do mean everything. We had tables were all papered, and then every space on top of that table was labeled with which tool, which thing, everything. If it had a pencil, it was labeled pencil. If it had a taping knife, it had taping knife. It had a, everything was labeled. And although everything went off flawlessly,
Who's saying no sound? What? No, our levels are good. We're all good. Microphones are working great.
yep.
You may accidentally have muted us.
Please don't say that. After this week, we were in a panic because we were expecting these microphones to come in today. And then got a notification that they wouldn't be delivered until Sunday. So we were disappointed in that. And then they showed up on Thursday.
Yeah, showed up on Thursday, got them set it out, tested out.
Yep.
They
So-
seem good.
So what you're going to do for this background, I've got a little bit of rose gold and a little bit of 24 karat on this stencil brush. And I'm going to sort of play hit and miss with this. I don't really want these perfect. So if I miss a spot, that's okay. If one of the diamonds is incomplete or imperfect, that's okay too. If it's, fully opaque in spots, that's okay.
Morning from cold Texas?
Define cold.
Yeah.
Well, I can tell you, we talk about the car not starting this week.
It's because the gas froze.
It's because the gas in the gas tank
Froze.
froze. You want to talk about cold?
That's how cold it was.
It was cold. It was at one point it was minus 31 degrees, and then God knows what it was with the wind chill. It was just nasty. But we were minus 16 this morning and minus 31 with the wind chill. But it's blustery today.
Well, that means it would have to be negative 100 degrees Fahrenheit for gasoline to freeze.
Well, it was actually water in the gasoline that froze, but it froze the fuel pump, so fuel pump couldn't kick in, so the car wouldn't start. So it was interesting and expensive. It's been one of those weeks. Now the computer
It's
died.
better than $1,400 for a new fuel pump.
That's true.
Fuel pump.
No, instead we got to spend another $1,000 to get a computer.
That's if it doesn't turn on.
Yeah, it doesn't look good.
It's not looking good.
Yeah. So yeah, it's been a week. So I've been looking forward to actually sitting and painting and playing in paint.
Negative 31 and you got out of bed? Yeah, you kind of have to.
Yeah.
Sooner or later.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a bit wintry here. We don't normally get minus 31 though. Here
Get
on
it
the
for a
East
couple
Coast.
days and then
Maybe,
poof.
but even then it's, short lived. But oh man, this week it was burr. It
Picture
was very
quality is
burr.
great.
Yeah, everything seems to be doing well.
Doing well.
Fingers crossed. Knock on wood. I can't knock on this because it's actually metal. So this is what we're looking for the stenciling. I don't want them utterly perfect. So we kind of have them broken up a little bit. So I'm kind of letting the color, fall where it may, but I'm not really looking for perfection. I kind of like it when it's distressed. It just gives it a nice look. So our next addition, we're going to break out that gold paint pen. I love these. Renee moved the camera, so I keep shoving it forward when I know I can bring it back.
You can almost paint in your lap now.
I could. So this is the pen that I'm using next. This is that Deco Color Premium Gold Metallic Paint Pen. I love these. They're inexpensive. The paint works really well. This one has just about had its day because I went to pump it the other day and it vomited all over the piece I was working on. So it kind of spewed gold paint everywhere.
Serious question here. Do you plug your cars into a circulating heater when they're outside? It's not a circulating heater.
It's a block heater.
Yeah, it's a little electronic heater that keeps the oil warm to keep the engine from seizing up.
Yeah. Yeah,
So,
we have block
yes,
heaters.
we plug our cars in.
We plug our cars in. So I'm just taking my gold paint pen and I'm drawing a line down the edge of that tape. Now you can do this with a ruler if you want to, but I just want a nice narrow line all along that thing. And then I follow it right along the edge like so. Neatness doesn't really count for this. So there we go. And this is going to create our border on our piece. And now I'll take the tape off. Ew. And I made a mess.
You made a mess.
I did. Let's see where it bled there.
Yeah.
Bled underneath the tape. So I'm going to dry this real quick. And then I'll show you a trick for fixing that. But that paint has to be dry before we do it.
Yeah, there is an antifreeze for gasoline.
Yeah.
And that's what
We have it in there now.
that's what's in there now. It actually turns the water into something that's burnable.
Yeah.
I think it's like a methanol activator or something.
Yeah, something like that. So we've got this mess, which was the whole point behind the tape, was to get a nice clean line, and failed miserably. So, seeing as it's par for the course this week, I'm going to show you how to fix it. So this is called back taping.
You wouldn't do this on a motorcycle.
No, you would not do this on a motorcycle. But you
This
can,
is a big no-no.
But you can do this on a canvas.
Yes. You don't do this
And we
on...
do this on walls and whatnot. So I've put the tape down on the straight line, and I'm going to press it firmly into place.
You never back tape on raw paint.
And we're going to take our base color, which is the black. And I'm going to grab my fugly brush. Really should get that one wet.
I love it when you show how to fix things.
So then you just back tape it, and then you're going to put the black paint right over top of it. Just like that. And you will notice that I am brushing away from the edge of the tape, down to lay it on, brushing away from the edge of the tape. Comme ça.
This is can't get sound on Facebook.
Really?
What? ¿Por qué? sound on Facebook?
Yeah, Facebook sounds good on this one.
Yeah.
E sounds pretty good. So I'm going to dry this real quick. And this should give us a nice clean edge. As long as that tape was down nice and tight, we should have a nice clean edge.
Oh, whoa. What's
What?
that? Somebody, Janet Roche.
Janet!
Oh, this is not a touch screen. Where'd you go? Got some happy mail this week. New brushes and some blanks for projects. Thank you so much for the exceptional packaging.
You're very welcome. So there we go. Look at how nice and tidy that straight line is because we burnished that tape in place. There. Ta-da!
I watch you on YouTube on my digital TV, but can't comment. But the picture is awesome. I use my tablet on Facebook to comment. Double Tracy. That's a workaround.
Awesome. That's a workaround, you know? Hey, and if it works, great. So I have my line drawing right here. I'm going to cut this in half so that it's easier to work with.
I had no sound on Facebook either.
I'll have it.
Okay.
Might be glitchy on your end, but we are broadcasting. So, the fabulous part about this is you get to choose where he is going to go. So if you want him closer to the center, feel free, move it in. If you want him to just slightly overlap that line, then you're going to take him over well into the corner here so that that leaf wraps around. And then we're going to tape that in place.
Yeah, audio is working great on Facebook.
So that means that our flower is just going to go over that midline and that the leaf is just going to overlap that midline. So we are golden there. And now I need some graphite paper.
What is a pulpit?
Pardon me?
What is a pulpit?
Pulpit is where the priest stands or the reverend stands or the minister stands inside of a church.
Okay.
When he's giving a sermon.
So, Jack in the Pulpit.
Well, originally...
Is that the name of the flower?
It's the name of the flower, yes.
Okay.
Interesting. I'll tell you something interesting about Jack in the Pulpit. It falls into the same classification as flowers like the trillium or the lady slipper. So it has a root similar to a potato. And Native Americans, Native Canadians, indigenous people of this country, at one time used to eat the root of the Jack in the Pulpit, but it had to be boiled much like a potato. And then they would grind it and use it for a variety of things. But it could be eaten. However, the plant itself, if eaten raw, is extremely toxic. And it's also caustic if you get the sap or anything on your skin. So if you pick this flower, it is actually toxic. So it's a unique plant. The leaves are usually above the blossom. It only grows to about 14 to 18 inches tall, the most. It's not very big. The flowers are usually only about, 5 to 6 inches in height. It does produce fruit, produces a red berry, which is also toxic to humans. Bright red berries, they form on a little stalk, this piece here, once the flower is gone. And this is referred to as the jack, which is actually the flower.
Really?
Is this piece in here.
So that's not really petals, that's the...
It's more of a leaf.
It's a leaf wrapping it.
Yeah.
Ah, cool.
It's an interesting plant. But again, it falls into the trillium and into the lady slipper family.
There's a flower called lady slipper.
There is.
Okay.
Yeah. It's technically, if you really want to, it's kind of like an orchid.
Does
in
it
a
have
certain respect.
bunny leaves?
It doesn't have bunny leaves.
Well, you said lady slippers, so bunny leaves? Little fuzzy bunny slippers?
Bunny leaves. Honestly. So I'm just going to use...
Another one to add to my poison garden?
Yeah.
Okay.
You know what? There's some... there's actually a garden in England where every plant that's in it is poisonous. It's a public garden that you can go visit, but it's literally has skulls and crossbones on the signage and warning people that the plants that are in this garden are all toxic.
Are lady slippers toxic? If they're worn for a long time, yes.
Somebody slap him. The lady slipper itself, not to my knowledge, no. But I do know that the Jack in the Pulpit it's such a unique flower. Grows wild here. It's considered an endangered species.
You've been tweeted.
I've been tweeted?
Somebody shared your lives on Twitter.
On Twitter? That's interesting.
You've been tweeted.
I've been tweeted.
Do you feel violated yet?
It was one of the funniest postcards I've ever seen. It was actually from just prior to World War II. And
who would want a poison garden?
Some of the most beautiful flowers. I have a poison garden in the front of the house.
Consider yourself slapped, Renee? Wow.
Well then. Such violence. Somebody slap him. I have a bit of a poison garden in the front of the house.
Because everything's dead.
No. It's dead because it's winter. And it's not dead, it's dormant.
It's dormant. Oh, yeah.
It's asleep.
It's asleep. Not unconscious like you're going to be in a minute. I have a rather spectacular rhododendron in my front lawn.
Oh, what's this? Vicky Creshaw. Oh, got your sound back? Good.
So this one's an easy one to trace. You don't really have to be too terribly accurate, especially with these leaves, because they're going to be fairly simple. I love using this red pen. This just makes my life so much easier. I can see where I've been. I'm not double checking everything all the time.
And Sheila accidentally put her password in the chat. Or is that a coupon code?
I don't know.
Don't worry. It's gone.
Okay. There we go. So you'll notice all of these little lines. You don't need to put those in right away. We're going to just keep them for a reference off to the side. And I'll check, make sure. Excellent.
It wasn't her password.
No, what was it?
I got rid of it just in case it was your password. No!
And our lettering.
Not that silly. You keep freezing. Sorry. It's cold here.
Yeah. Oh, our video stream seems to be running smoothly. I don't think that's freezing is on our end.
There is a Emmanuel in the chat. And what did he say?
Where did she go?
Emmanuel, hugs from Uruguay.
Uruguay. Oh my goodness.
I'm a big fan.
Oh. Well, thank you. And thank you for joining us. So I'm going to line up my lettering and I'm going to tape that in place. This lettering is super easy. It's very straightforward, nothing elaborate. I don't have a font for this. This is an old one and it was hand drawn a long time ago. So, although there's probably a font out there similar to it.
Oh. Is there a Sandy McTeer in there?
I don't know. Is there a Sandy McTeer in there?
Is she in there? I see Sheila.
So, Jack in the Pulpit, you'll find this flower in the eastern part of the U.S. from about Texas, east, and as far north as Newfoundland. It likes really marshy ground, heavy, loamy soil. It likes a lot of moisture. and it likes shaded areas for obvious reasons. It's a really unique plant. But if you do see them, please don't pick them. One, because they can actually create almost a chemical burn on your skin. And two, they are endangered. And if you wish to transplant them, there are more domestic versions available. You can get them from your florists, or you can get them from a garden center. It's somewhat of a bulb, but you can also grow them from the seeds. So if you would really like to have them in your garden, and you find some in the bush, leave a marker for yourself and come back to them later and look for the red berries. And when the red berries are there, snip off the stalk and keep the berry, or choose the berries. But don't dig up the plant, and don't cut the plant off.
Oh, okay. Sandy's there.
Hi, Sandy.
She's on Facebook.
Cool.
She said, I'm working, getting ready for my live tomorrow.
Yes, she's doing a fabulous live tomorrow.
Oh, yeah?
Oh, yeah.
Whoa.
She does Sunday in the studio with Sandy. And she has an absolutely gorgeous project for tomorrow.
Sunday in the studio with Sandy. That's
Yeah.
a lot of S's.
It is. But she is doing a beautiful narcissus tomorrow. A little small daffodil, the white one with the orange centers.
Oh, yeah.
She has a beautiful piece. So if you've got nothing to do on a Sunday afternoon and want to spend it playing in paint, got to go over to Sandy's Facebook page. And
She's doing it on Facebook.
Yep. And check out her Sunday in the Studio with Sandy. Beautiful piece.
Oh, somebody's asking where they can get white transfer paper.
White graphite paper. There's a couple of different ones. I like the Deco Art one, personally.
Never mind, Sandy. I already put up a link.
Oh, excellent. She's quick, that girl.
She's quick.
Yeah. But yeah, I like the Deco Art one. It's available in a lot of different places, but our Sandy, quick as a bunny. She got it up there.
Gee, Sandy.
She's fast, that girl. Should see her when she's trying to find GIFs to put up on Facebook. It's wicked.
What time for Sandy's live?
Sandy, I'm not absolutely sure. That's terrible. But I know Sunday afternoon. Sandy, post the time up there if you got a minute. Sandy's, I love that piece. It's gorgeous. Soft gray, beautiful stencil in the background.
Does Deco Art ship to Canada yet?
No, they do not.
No.
However, Deco Art does have a distributor in Eastern Canada. So just go and check out Country Bear Wood.
Wow, Sandy's fast and very helpful. Yes, she is.
She's incredible.
There is a reason why she's a moderator.
The girl is quick.
She's good. She's damn good.
So before we start base coating things, and I like doing this with whenever I need to shade around something, particularly like this flower. I like doing my shading before I do my base coating. One, it helps, but it also means you're going to avoid putting any of those darker shadows on a lighter colored image. So I'm going to float around our Jack in the Pulpit with lamp black.
Okay, so it is 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Sandy McTeer Designs Facebook page.
Excellent.
Join her live tomorrow.
Not only do you
On
have
Q94 FM.
not only do you have a face for radio, so I'm just floating around this. I'm paying particular attention where there's the metallic. Obviously, floating black over black isn't going to change much, but if you pay attention to where the gold is, it's going to help give you lots of depth. Just like so.
Yes, Country Bear. Go to Country Bear. You
Yep.
can get it there.
Country Bear is a Deco Art distributor, and so they carry all of the Deco Art products, so you'll be able to get whatever you need. The owners of Country Bear, Mario and Ghislaine, are two fabulous people. They're extremely helpful. Their website is done in both official languages, so if you get to that site and it's in French, there's a little bar at the top of the menu that you just click on, and it will switch the whole website over to English for you. If you do not parler français.
I wish I could stream with you, Renee. I
He doesn't know what to make of that.
It can be done. The sound really sounds like a podcast, very crisp and clear. It's funny
Excellent.
because these microphones are designed for podcasts.
Yep. That's great. I'm glad that the sound is good.
Renee's speechless. I know, shocking.
Never happens, believe me. This boy has an answer for everything.
Yes, I do. Came late, love the background.
So this is super easy. It's just a simple, straightforward stencil design. We're just letting it be imperfect. We're not putzing with it too much. So there, I've got my shading in all in and around my flower. So when we start base coating it, what it's going to do is just going to pull that flower forward a little bit. It's not going to be a dramatic effect, but it is going to help keep it from looking too flat. So now we have to start base coating our blossom. And our base color for this blossom is warm white.
Jeez, that wind is howling out there.
Yeah.
What language do you speak at home?
English.
English.
Yeah, we speak English at home, unless my husband is upset about something, and then there's a great deal of French.
Yes.
But no, English is our first language at home. My husband is the Francophone. The rest of the Moro clan are all Francophones, so they all are also all bilingual. So they all speak both languages, both official languages. If I'm upset, really upset, I will switch to German just to mess with them.
Yeah. I don't know if she's angry or what she's angry about. She's speaking German, though.
That's generally a good indicator.
Yeah, that's step back and wait. Is there any issue with having products shipped in cold temperatures?
Well, because we live in Canada most of the time, we have heated service here at certain times of the year, simply because of the temperature. We don't generally have an issue with it, though.
What language do you swear with? English and German.
English, German. I've been known to swear in French from time to time.
Yes. You can speak German?
Yeah, I grew
She
up
can
in
speak
Germany.
enough.
I used to speak it fluently. I don't anymore, but yes.
Achtung.
No, I lived in Germany for a very long time.
She knows farmer's German, basically.
I speak Low German. It's a
Farmer's
dialect.
German.
Yeah. Farmer's German. Bauerdeutsch. No.
Bauerdeutsch, yeah.
No, I speak Low German, not Hochdeutsch.
I heard somewhere that someone thought you were part Dutch. Is that true?
No.
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 She's part Kate Bretner.
No.
Irish, Scottish, and...
Irish and Scottish.
Irish, Scottish. But your mother was also...
Native.
Native.
Part native.
Part native, yeah.
So there's, melting pot. Let's call it that.
Yeah. Mutts.
Yeah, we're mutts.
We're mutts. We're happy mutts. I'm curious to know what swear terms you use in French. We're not going to say this on here because it is an international service.
Yeah, it's an international service, and it would just be profanity and would go against my
Terms of service.
terms of service. So, yeah. Suffice it to say that profanities in the French language are usually related to the church.
Yeah. And objects in the church.
And objects within the church. So, yeah.
There's no end to your talents.
Yeah, you wouldn't say that some days. I don't believe in being infallible. None of us are, so...
I get a lot of my paints from Stockade Woodcraft in Ontario.
Yeah, Stockade is a great company. They also carry a lot of Deco art products. Country Bear is a distributor, though. They have tons of it. So, and I've dealt with Country Bear for a very long time, and I've been really, really happy with their service, with the products that I get, and I consider Guylaine and Mario friends. So I'm going to...
God, I'm laughing with the French stuff. Oh, never mind. Sandy McTeer again.
Quick like a bunny, that girl. No.
Yes, fast. What part of Canada is your husband from to speak French?
My husband is a Brayon.
Brown.
Sorry, Brayon would make him female, but he's from the northern part of New Brunswick, near the Edmundston and
Quebec border.
The New Brunswick-Quebec border.
You think I sweat? No.
I make you sweater.
I make you sweater. He's not that kind of French.
No.
He's not a Quebecer. He is still a New Brunswicker.
Yep. But he is not an Acadian. He's a Brayon.
He's brown. Big difference,
Yep,
apparently.
there is a difference. So, I've got my warm white in there. I'm going to grab my round. Now we have to put a base, just a thin base, over top of our...
You
crash
throwing
band.
stuff now?
No, it's just falling over.
It's just falling over.
So just putting a base of warm white on here. The only reason I'm doing this is just to give us a nice light, nice light base on there. And as soon as it's dry, I'm going to give it another quick coat, just so that I get nice opacity. I just don't need a fully solid base coat, but I do want this to read as white, not gray.
You just got it, Tia.
Yep. So while he's off caffeinating, now this is a trick of mine. You notice that I've got all these lines in here when I put down a base coat, because I hate tracing things back on. So the first coat, I leave those lines, and then the second coat, I wash over top of them with some thinned warm white. I can still see them, but it makes them less visible. But yet I can still see where all of those various shapes are. And it gives my piece a bit more uniformity, which is all I'm really looking for, is just a uniform. There we go. Butamus. So it is not, I'm going to bring this up so you can, hopefully can see it. You can see that break in there. So it's faint, but it's there. So when it comes to shading, I can still see where all of my shadows need to go. But I don't have to retrace my line drawings on, because I detest doing that. Now I'm going to do the same thing to these leaves. I'm going to give these leaves just a thin coat of white. I don't need it fully opaque, but I do need to break up that black. And again, I am following the shape of that leaf. I'm using this warm white thinned just so that it covers, but not, again, I'm not worried about it being fully opaque. It's just to break up that black so that when I put the green on, I'm not going to have to fight against the black. Now, I'm going to take that leaf shape down onto the edge of my canvas here, just like that. Not really worried about it being perfect. I just want it to wrap a bit. Just like so. And if you have questions, feel free to pop them into the chat box there. Renee will get back to us when he comes back with his coffee. So again, not really worrying too terribly much about the opacity of this. I just want to break up that black. Gives me a nice base for the greens. Like so. And then I'm going to do the same thing to the stem. There we are. And I take the stems down onto the edge as well. So I'm going to dry this real quick. Having that little bit of white base does a couple of things. One, it's going to let your colors be nice and bright. Instead of having to put down 4 or 5 base coats of green over top of this black in order to get the opacity you want, you just have to get 1 or 2 coats down, and this will keep that green looking brighter than it will over the top of that black. So just about dry. Okay. So we're going to go right into base coating our leaves. I'm using antique green. It's my favorite green. I think you guys know that by now. I use it for so many different things. I do love this green. So by putting that white underneath, look how this green stays a little more vibrant. And then I can take it right up to the edge of that flower. Now, if I were to put this green directly over top of that black, and I'm going to show you what it will look like, you're going to have to compete with it. So I'm going to show you on the edge of this. So there's your green on top of the black. Let's dry that real quick. And you see how it gets darker? You're going to have to compete against that black. Whereas I've got 1 coat of that green over top of that white. Look at the difference. How much brighter it is and livelier. So it grays out over top of that black. But then we get this nice brighter green on top of that white. So it does help you so that you're not competing with that black all the time. And it does make things a little brighter, a little livelier. You want to keep the greens nice and lively. An antique green is a rather subdued green anyway, but you want to give it as much life as you possibly can, especially when you're doing florals. I love this green. It's just such a pretty one. It's ideal for florals, particularly wildflowers, because this type of green seems to be common in wildflowers. Oh, the man of mystery is back.
The man of mystery. The $1 million man.
He disappears. He comes back. He's caffeinated.
Not yet. I haven't touched it.
He's just restocking. There's going to be a few questions, methinks.
You think? Maybe. It's
I
entirely
told
possible.
him you'd get back to him.
All right, let me scroll through here. What did I miss? My parents are from Germany. My mom speaks half and half all the time, drives the other half crazy. The poor little woodpecker is hanging on tight to a tree while the wind blows like crazy.
Oh. Yeah, the squirrels and the birds did not even bother coming out today. It's like, nope. We have sunshine here now, like typical of this area in the wintertime after a storm. We have these just incredible blue skies. So it's an absolutely beautiful, sunny, clear day after the worst of the storm, but we've got these wicked winds.
Sheila, I live on what they call the French shore of Nova Scotia.
Yep.
I have learned a few choice words.
It works.
Yep. I usually have to do 4 coats of white to your 2 coats of white.
I use warm white, not titanium white, which is one thing. And 2, I do things in very thin layers. I don't use a ton of paint. They're not heavy layers. And honestly, you don't need to have it completely fully opaque. If you have a look at mine close up, it is not fully opaque. I very rarely do more than 2 coats because it just isn't necessary. By the time we are done putting everything in.
Oh, from Patrick. Would warm white a color you would advise to use when painting with a rather transparent color over a dark background?
Yes, absolutely. Titanium white, although it's a nice bright white, it is not very opaque, so it doesn't cover very well. The warm white is still a white. It doesn't give you the best coverage on earth, but it is a bit more opaque than titanium white. So I use it quite a bit for undercoating a lot of things. I also will use gesso under things. It all depends. I usually use gesso when I want texture, and I use warm white when I don't.
Oh, what brush are you using?
This one is just a number 6 round in a black gold. It's my general base coating brush. I tend not to use flats. So I've got all my greens in place for my leaves, and we are ready to start all of that, all the fun stuff.
And it's a heated tool, I believe.
Oh, this thing? Oh, my drying tool. I love this thing. This is, one, it's nice and quiet. This is called a Ranger heated craft tool. It's more of a heat gun than a hair dryer, so it does get very hot. So you have to be a little careful with it, but it does dry paint very efficiently. And I love it because it's quiet, unlike a hair dryer. This one is very quiet. And if you're looking for this, I believe that Sandy McTeer still has some on her website. So if you're looking for one, they're worth every flippin' penny. I love this thing. So we are ready to get started on all of the fun stuff. So the colors that we're going to use.
My dog took to peeing on the porch.
When it's too cold?
When it's too cold. If there's snow on the ground, it's because your dog can't smell where it peed before. It's very common in little dogs. If they can't smell where they peed last, then they'll pee in a new spot. And it happened to be the porch.
And I'm not going out in the cold.
Yeah.
So the first color we're going to work with is black plum. And I love this color. I don't use it very often anymore. I used to use it all the time, but it is a great color. I love this one. And this is what we're going to use for our flower. And we're going to use my Jo Sonja Fast Dry Glaze. And we're going to use a 10-aught or a 15-aught extra long detail liner.
As you base coat, are you using Joe Sonia Fast Drying Glaze Medium?
Yes,
Yes.
I use it mixed with my paint. Just helps paint lay out nicely and smoothly. You don't get as many brush marks.
And Sandy McTeer with the Heat It tool.
Right on.
Yep, Sandy McTeer sells them.
Yeah. Money well spent, I gotta tell you.
Yep.
Money well spent. I love mine.
Don't forget to use the promo code Tracy M, all caps.
Yep. So remember all of those lines, those details that we put in our line drawing? This is always a good idea. Have your line drawing handy so you can see where all this stuff goes. And you're going to start by putting in just some thin lines, following the shape of that petal. See, almost called it a leaf. Jeez. Bunny leaves.
Bunny leaves.
So
It's going to get a little weird. I'm zooming in.
zooming in.
There
So
we
we're going to just stroke these lines in. Remember to follow the shape of that petal. And I start at the edge, like so. Always keeping in mind the shape of that petal. So it's just a series of long lines and little short lines, like so.
Kathy Rain asks, finally ready to put my line down for the stencil. How many inches from the left how many inches from the left? I got confused.
Oh, yeah. Well, I'm not surprised, Kathy, because I did a good job of confusing you. So I'm measuring from this outside line to where this line goes is roughly 4 inches. So your tape should be at the 4-inch. So almost dead down the middle. I made things so confusing, and I'm so sorry for that. I'm telling you, the light was not on this morning when I did this. So yeah, it should be 4 inches. So almost dead down the middle. Why I had 5 in my head, I have no idea. But when I did that calculation, I did it from the other side of the tape, which just confused everybody. So I am sorry. Including me.
She confused herself.
I confused myself. So there are our fun little lines. And remember, there is a line down the center of this as well.
That brush takes practice. You have perfected it, Tracy.
I love this brush. This is one of the best liners I have ever used. It's just, you can hold it in a variety of places. Depending on what I'm doing, I'll change position. But that Dynasty Micron liner brush is awesome. It holds paint too, which surprises everybody that it holds as much as it does. And I'll tell you, the brush guys have these. We do have a coupon code for you for them. So if you're in need of a new liner brush, look for that Dynasty Micron. And your coupon code is Tracy with a capital T and a capital M. And it's all one word.
Oh, what size canvas? I believe it's a 6x6.
It's an 8x8.
Never mind. It's an 8x8.
Like I said, I was just totally confusing myself and everybody else today, so I apologize.
Derp.
Yep. I'm allowed.
We all have derp moments. It's okay, though. Yeah, nothing says you can't do it on a 6x6. You just have to shrink the line drawing.
Shrink the line drawing a little bit.
You can put it on any surface.
Yep. Make it as big as you want.
Small as you want.
The original piece that I did, Jack in the Pulpit, was on a 6x20. So it was narrow and tall and skinny.
would a Jack in the Pulpit be close to a Calla lily?
No,
No, a different species altogether.
a different species altogether.
Yeah.
So this is just, I love putting in these lines. Just remember to follow the shape. That's the biggest key, is to follow the shape. So you see that curve, so you've got to follow that curve when you're putting in these lines. So there's little clusters of those lines. You make that coffee sound good.
Oh, it's delicious.
It's heavenly.
I love that liner brush. You use it daily.
Oh, I have 4 or 5 of them in my paint rack, and they get daily use. There's usually 3 or 4 of them dirty all at once. And I just restocked my personal stash because some of them are starting to split. They get a lot of wear and tear, these brushes. At least mine do. And I am hard on my brushes because I usually have a collection, a whole bouquet of brushes that need cleaning. So.
Yes, we have to advertise Dynasty Brush.
Yeah, we have to.
Kind of a mandatory thing.
I'm a Dynasty girl. I have been for close to 20 years now. I have used these brushes. I mean, I have my own line with them. They've been very good to me. I recommend their brushes, and I just messed that up. Jeez Louise.
Talk and chew bubblegum, right?
Yeah, it's one of those. Not today.
Sheila, I have hot cinnamon spiced tea.
Oh, I have some of that upstairs. That's what I need. I'm going to have some of that cinnamon tea when we're done today.
I got to turn up your microphone because
I'm going to have some of that cinnamon tea when I'm done today. Okay, Trace, let's try this again. I'm not infallible.
love my new Keurig. It makes coffee so fast.
Ooh, we got ours too.
Yes.
That was the other thing that died this week was our Keurig.
Coffee machine. No.
So I had to order a new Keurig. It's been a week. I mean, everything broke this week. Computer died.
Yeah. That
was
happened.
today. That just happened this morning. The
Became...
Keurig died. The car wouldn't start. Jeez.
The last 2 months have been pretty horrible.
Yeah, appliances dying.
Stove, washer, dryer.
Yeah.
Well, the dryer attacked me.
Yeah.
I swear it.
Yeah.
It swung
it
first.
tried to kill Renee.
It tried to kill me.
Yeah.
And then the car, and then the coffee machine.
Yeah, I'm waiting to see what's next.
Water heater.
Shut up.
You shut your mouth.
Don't even test fate that way. The last time the water heater went, it flooded this basement in the studio. And that was right after we had the crack in the foundation and water down here.
Yeah, that's right. Too.
Oh, yeah. It's like...
I wasn't here for that.
No, you were not. It was not fun. Okay, so I'm almost there, I think. I think I'm happy with this so far.
No, when I was living in the duplex
Mm-hmm.
in Winnipeg, neighbor's water heater decided to flood.
Uh-huh.
Well, we have joined basements.
Oh no!
There's a wall separating it. Yeah, that wall was just drywall and insulation and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I had a good 6 inches of water in my basement for 3 days.
Oh no!
And in 4 days, I had new carpet.
Wow.
New drywall. There's an upside to renting from a company.
Yeah.
Is they want to make sure that their stuff is tickety-boo.
Well, not anymore.
And it behooves them.
It does behoove them. Some of them, anyway.
Yeah. So.
Mm.
And I think everybody in our building got new water heaters.
That's nice.
So, but they were smaller.
Yeah.
That was the downside. So if you like long hot showers, no.
No.
You can't run the dishwasher and have a shower at the same time.
So I've got all my black plum stripes in.
Tickety boo? Question mark?
Tickety boo.
Tickety boo.
Yep, it's tickety boo. We Canadians have weird sayings.
Yes. Tickety boo. Means good to go. Up to par. Up to snuff.
Up to snuff. So we're going to switch over to our matcha green. And this is, if I can get it out of the bottle. Here we go.
You just jinxed the water heater, Renee. Yeah, I know. My bad.
We just replaced it like 4 years ago. So
It should be good.
it's fine. And it now has, and the new one they put in has the flood tray. So if anything goes wrong with it, the water goes into the tray. And not all over the
There we go.
basement.
We're good
Yeah.
for now.
So we're going to use matcha green to base coat the jack, which is what this portion of the flower is referred to. This portion of the flower is called the pulpit, and this portion is called the hood.
The bonnet.
The things you learn.
Go tankless. More economical in constant hot water no matter how long you run it. What's the power consumption on it? There's that.
So the difference being is here, our hot water tanks are owned by the power company.
Yeah.
So if anything goes wrong with them, they replace them.
Yep.
So they're gradually moving things over to tankless ones.
I had hot water on demand in the apartment,
Yeah.
and it was never hot enough.
Yeah, but that was in an apartment building.
Yeah.
So now we're going to take that matcha green. This is where we're going to add color to our flower. And we're going to float the edges of all of that warm white with that matcha green.
Yeah. Hot water on demand in hard water areas is not good.
Yeah.
You need a water softener. And then you can't drink it. You can use it for bathing and washing dishes, but you can't drink it.
We have the best water.
Yeah. Well water.
We're on a well. So I like this. I'm just floating the left side of my flower with a float of that matcha green right over that warm white.
Oh. Is that green more on the yellow side?
It is. The matcha green has a higher yellow content for this. You could use an olive green if you wanted to. And I'm going to pull a little of that onto this other side here. I'm going to get a little of that green on that petal. Well, petal on the hood.
Is the jack in the pulpit related to the pitcher plant?
Yes, actually it is. Falls into the same category. Again, they have a root system similar to a potato.
Living in Canada has a lot of great perks, I hear.
Yes, it does.
Yeah, we're like Americans, but polite-ish. Politer.
People make jokes about Canadians being polite.
Sorry.
We're also apologetic. We have a prime minister that runs around without a shirt. So,
Let him.
let him. It's -30.
You do you.
He'll put it on. So I've got a little bit of that green. It's one of the things I love about this plant. It has a very thick, almost waxy type texture to it. And it has that green and purple cast. And we're really going to pop that. So we need to put a shadow in here. And I'm going to do that with a little bit of that black plum in the throat of this flower. And we're just going to stop short of the jack. Just like that. And we're going to shade underneath the hood with a float of that black plum too.
Bless your sweet little heart, Renee. Is that polite enough for you? Yeah. Yes, Sandy.
Bless your heart.
Bless your heart. You gotta watch Mrs. Brown Boy. Mrs. Brown's Boys.
Yeah.
Blah. Brain's working faster than my mouth.
Makes for a nice change.
Yeah, shut up. Well, water is wonderful. I'm glad that you haven't gotten around to us since there are a few houses on our road. Okay. Have water gardens.
Oh, I'm going to deepen that shadow by just putting another float in.
Sandy McDeer. Only from a southerner. Now, I've been as far south as Tennessee. That's it. That's actually the only place I've been to in the United States. Oh, no, Maine.
Maine, yeah.
But I've been to Tennessee. Specifically, oh, I know it's near Nashville. There's an Air Force base near Nashville. I know that. And that's where I saw George Thorogood play in a bar.
Ah.
And I thought it was somebody just doing some covers. I was sitting with 2 Army Rangers. We were having a few drinks. This was when I was in the military, and I heard one of my favorite George Thorogood songs, and I kind of went, oh, yeah, this guy's going to sound good. Right on. Turned around, it was him. Yeah, so I got a free George Thorogood concert, which apparently he does on the regular.
That's nice. So, we're going to really accentuate all of this deep purple in there. And I'm going to scare you a little bit. We're going to use some Dioxazine Purple for this. Now, I would use the fluid acrylics because I love the Diox Purple, but it's a little too strong for what we're doing in here. So I opted to use the Diox from the Americana line for this.
What was the main reason for it?
This one is not quite as heavily pigmented as the one in the fluid acrylics, and this one's going to be a little easier to control. So the other one is a very strong color. But this is going to really pop that purple. So if you want to watch right here, when I go in here with that little bit of Diox, look at how rich that gets. And it's such a nice transparent color. It's just so pretty. And it really pops that black plum.
Yes, Arnold Air Force Base. That was it.
I love how that Diox pops that black plum. Look at that. Just makes that plum a little richer.
You should have came down to Georgia. I didn't have a choice of where I was going. I was in the Army. I was doing training.
And then I want to take that Diox down here on the back side of this flower, down on this side. And we're going to shade the bottom of our...
And if I had a choice, I'd go where the food's good.
Georgia. I don't think I've ever had a bad meal in Georgia.
No?
Nope.
There's some Louisiana cooking that I still have to
I've never had a bad meal in Louisiana.
Yeah.
Ever.
I love Cajun food.
You love food.
Yeah.
So I'm going to deepen the throat of this flower just a little bit because I really love that purple.
Oh. Robin Storm's asking if we do not have what? Where did it? What color can we use if we do not have black plum?
I just use the Diox Purple and add a little touch of black to it.
There we go. Chicago? Food is great.
Yes. Yes.
Chirac, really?
God. Chicago, are you kidding me? Some of the best food. Oh,
From all around the world, too.
all over the place.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not a huge fan of pizza.
But Chicago-style deep dish.
But Chicago-style deep dish, I'll make an exception. There's a place downtown, like near the water. Yum.
Shading behind the jack. It's asphaltum.
Behind the jack, on the black, it's black. Lamp black.
Oh, lamp black.
Yeah. So we are going to use some asphaltum. If you thought you were getting away without it, you're sadly mistaken. And we're going to shade the green on our... let me dry that before I smear it everywhere.
Lucy DeMott. Southern Louisiana has the best food on earth.
I'm a big fan of seafood, so yeah.
Yeah. I miss my Louisiana food. The food was bland compared to back home when I moved here. Or Georgia food. Was bland compared to back home.
Well, you know.
Really?
So I'm going to put some shading on the back side of the jack with just a little bit of plantation pine. Just going to shade the back side of it. Right there. So that left side, we've got that in there. And then I'm going to use my round brush and I'm going to put in a little bit of warm white for a highlight on that jack. And I'm just going to do that, just a little stipple of color down that, just for a little texture. Like so.
You guys are making me hungry. Detroit has some awesome food. We figured out after traveling to different places and going to restaurants recommended by the locals.
Yep. Now, I was given directions to a place, can't remember the name of it offhand, in Chicago to get, it was touted as being the best Chicago deep dish in the city.
Really?
And, yeah.
And
Certainly-
you don't like pizza.
And I'm not a big fan of pizza, so, but yeah, I would go out of my way to get pizza there because that was like some delicious pizza. So I'm just deepening the shading in the throat of this jack and right over top of the jack. It's actually got a little strong in there. So to separate that. And I'm going to do the same thing at the base of this flower. Put a little shadow. It's thinned asphaltum. Thin, thin, thin. And I'm going to do the same thing underneath here. This just deepens that shadow.
I love Mexican food. I do too. My mother's right. I like food.
Yeah. You step on his foot and his mouth opens. And then I'm going to deepen this shadow here the same way. And then we're going
It doesn't even look like purple.
It has an earthy tone. It's not an over-the-top purple.
But Dioxazine Purple is very purple.
Yeah, it is.
And but when you laid it down there, it doesn't look purple.
No, all it's doing is accentuating that black plum that we have down there.
Oh, you guys are making me want pizza.
So I want to pop this forward just a little bit by putting a highlight on it. So I'm going to use a little thin float of warm white because I want a nice bright contrast there on that line. And I'm going to do the same thing here I've thinned out that warm white so that I still see all of my line work through it, but it sharpens up those edges. And I'm going to do the same thing on this side, just so that we have a nice bright line.
Apparently everybody's heading over to Lucy's for dinner.
So now we're ready to start working on our, oops, I saw a spot that I missed.
I always tell people I didn't get fat from not liking food.
There we go. I just wanted to clean up that little spot. And I'm going to brighten this bit in here a little bit with some white. So there's our Jack in the Pulpit. So now we're going to work on the greenery down here. And I'm going to start with that stem. And I'm using a little bit of plantation pine. And we're going to shade the left side of that stem with the plantation pine. It's just a float. Don't forget to do that stem on the leaf as well. And then we're going to use some matcha green for the highlight on this. And that highlight, you're going to come in from the edge on the stem just a little. I like to use that edge of the stem just to accentuate that highlight a little bit. So there is our highlight on our stem. Do the same thing on this one. And we're going to start our shading on our leaves with that plantation pine. And we're going to do that center vein. And it's just a nice float.
Ooh, you nearly spilt all your glaze there.
Yeah, I did. And I'm going to come down the center of that leaf. Now, this one over here has one, it's got a flip over, and it also has center vein. So that center vein is going to come around a little till it meets there.
Excuse me.
Certainly. And then remember that little flip over on the line drawing right in there. We need a shadow underneath that. So we're going to put a float of that plantation pine underneath. It's just a U shape. And then we're going to dry it. Now you're going to do this a couple of times so that you get nice deep shadows. So as I said, you're going to do this a couple of times so you get nice deep shadows.
Oh.
Uh-oh.
3-day gumbo.
I haven't made gumbo in ages.
3-day gumbo. Sausage, chicken, and shrimp.
Yeah.
Yum.
Uh-oh. I think I'm going to be making gumbo this week.
I need gumbo.
I love gumbo. And I happen to have sausage in the freezer.
Oh, you do?
Of course I do.
That's right. Gumbo.
So I'm got a second float on these leaves.
Debbie James says, hello, Tracy.
Hey, Debbie. Hope you're doing well, sweetie. Debbie James, that woman can paint seascapes, like beach scenes and whatnot, like nobody's business.
Oh, yeah?
Oh, every time she does, I want to go to the beach. Her pieces are beautiful.
It's Burr in New York.
Oh, yeah, it was pretty
Burr
burr
here.
everywhere. So now I'm going to take that plantation pine and I'm going to shade the base of that leaf, like so.
Wait.
So
Sheila Landry can't get okra? You gotta go to
You can
Superstore.
yeah, you can usually get it. Well, she lives in Madigan. Nova Scotia. It's not like they got a superstore in their backyard.
Yeah, that's true.
They might. I don't know if they even have one in Yarmouth. But
Definitely Moncton.
well, that's a hike for her.
Okay, and Fredericton, St. John.
St. John. Still a hike. Mind you, she could take the ferry from Digby over to St. John.
Yeah, that's true.
That'd only be like $300 each way.
Wait. Yeah. Well, she's on the French coast, so
Yeah.
your best bet would be going to Halifax.
Yeah, but that's like a 4-hour drive for her. 4 or 5 hours. And that's a hike. She's closer to us than she is to Halifax.
No superstore for Sheila? Oh, that's where you would have to get okra.
Yeah. So I'm just putting a shading, nice shadow at the base of each leaf. All this does is accentuate that curve, that curvature that the leaf has. And we're also putting a shadow to separate our flower from this leaf. Just like that.
And the caffeinated Deb Antonic is on.
Woohoo! Hey, Puddin'.
Yep. 3.5 hours to go get okra.
Yep.
Would it be worth it?
It depends on how much you like okra.
If you're frying it, yes.
Yeah.
Fried okra is delicious. And it's a smell you can't get out of your house for a very long time. But it's
so good.
It's so good. Fried okra is delicious.
There. So I've got my shadows in. Now we will be doing one more shading on this. But I do it after I do the highlighting. And our highlights are going to be done with that matcha green. Now,
Got them all talking about okra now. I've never had okra. Oh. Get your taste buds ready for an adventure.
I like okra especially for things like gumbo because it helps thicken it.
Yeah.
It just, yum. But I love my veggies, so.
What does it taste like?
Like okra.
Like okra.
It has, you know what? There's certain
It's a unique taste.
Yeah, it's a unique flavor. It's like asking somebody what fiddleheads taste like. I love fiddleheads.
It tastes like home.
Yep.
Tastes like home.
Nothing like a plate full of fiddleheads in the spring.
Yeah.
Lemon juice and butter.
Yum. A little bit of cracked pepper.
And cracked pepper, yeah. But yeah, lemon juice and butter.
No parsley. No parsley on the fiddleheads.
No, don't eat it. And some people say that fiddleheads taste like spinach. I don't think they taste anything like spinach. Honestly.
I would say they have the texture of spinach.
Yeah, I suppose, but they don't. I don't think they taste like spinach. They're
Not
yummy.
an okra fan.
There's a little nom nom nom. So I'm just highlighting.
You could bring it closer to yourself.
I know. I'm just trying to. It's zoomed in, so I'm trying not to.
Oh, what's
Move
a
it.
fiddlehead?
Fiddlehead is a type of fern that grows in the wild, and just as they break the surface, it looks like the head of a fiddle, a spiral. And when they're picked at that point, they're absolutely delicious eating.
Yeah. Anything after that, they're toxic.
Yeah. Well, not toxic, but not very tasty. But yeah, we pick a lot of them in the spring and freeze them, blanch them and freeze them, and they're delicious. And we use them in a lot of things. One of our favorite boiled dinners is
Don't they
smoked
taste?
pork shoulder with farm fresh potatoes and fiddleheads.
Yeah. Oh, so good.
Comfort food.
Never had fiddleheads. Would love to try them.
Oh,
Is simple recipe. Steam them. Butter. Lemon juice.
Yep. Little squirt of lemon juice. They're delicious. I actually have a fiddlehead cookbook.
Yep.
Had it for years. So I've got my matcha green shading in place. Now, if you really want to amp up these leaves a little bit, take a little Dioxazine Purple that dioxazine that we used in there, you can pull a little of that into the leaves if you want to deepen some of that shading.
Fiddleheads look like snakes. That was Deb.
No, of course. Everything looks like a snake to Deb. Fiddleheads are delish. So I like a little bit of that diox. Look at what it does for that green. You bring a little bit of that thin diox in, it's going to help you deepen those shadings. And it ties the leaves to the floral.
Ooh. There you go. I don't like artichoke. Maybe I would like okra. Ooh, okra is going to be a lot more flavorful than artichoke.
Oh, see, and I love artichokes.
Oh, so do I.
Yeah.
But okra is more.
Okra's got more flavor.
More flavor.
Okra also absorbs flavors,
Yes.
which is nice. So I've got my shading in place. If you want to go back in with another shading of the plantation pine, you can do that. I like amping it up a little bit with that little bit of that diox. So if you want to really deepen the greens on this and tie the two together, just pull a little bit of that Diox Purple in there. It will help deepen those greens really, really nicely. So I'm going to dry this.
Okay, so Jessica is not a fan of fiddleheads.
Uh,
Or even beet greens,
oh, I love beet greens.
but super loves spinach. It's the best she can do.
It's tender, and beet greens have a little bit of, like, there's, I think, a bitterness to them.
Yeah.
It's like the difference between endive and arugula. Some people love arugula. I'm ambivalent, but endive has that little bitterness, which I really like, especially when you pair it with like a cream cheese, something with a cream cheese in it. And yeah, I love that. But yeah,
Renee, you love any food. No, I don't like any food. I like most food.
He likes most food.
There are foods that I do not like.
Yeah.
One of them being scalloped potatoes. Love
Yeah.
potatoes. Love scallops.
Yeah, but will not eat scalloped potatoes.
But scalloped potatoes is a no-go.
Yeah.
It's not the flavor. It's purely texture.
Yeah.
Something about it is just
Nope.
nope. And that has been a thing since
Oh, since
time out of mind.
he was a child, you could never get him to eat that.
Scalloped potatoes is no. Still a no. And
Yeah.
I've tried. So, oh, you'll like mine.
Nope.
I'll try it.
But nope.
Nope.
So I'm just cleaning up a few edges with a shadow, deepening my shadows a little bit in and around my leaves. And I have the tip of this leaf I want to clean up, so I'm going to do that with my liner brush.
That's weird. How is that weird? It's the one food that I cannot eat.
Okay, like me and pudding.
Yes.
Blech. Custard. Blech. Those are nopes for me.
When Tracy and Renee do an online cooking show, ?
Oh my God, wouldn't that be funny?
It'd be entertaining.
Don't know that we get much cooking done, but
We'd be tasting all the time.
yeah. So I've just put a nice little flip over at the end of that leaf because I like it. And I just did that with a little bit of thinned matcha green. And I'm going to do the same thing to the tip of this flower because I like that fine line that comes off of it. And I'm just doing that with a little bit of warm white. I wanted a nice fine line. So our floral is fini.
Have I tried pickled okra? No, I haven't. I'm willing to try anything once.
One of my favorite salads
It's got pickled okra in it?
is pickled artichoke hearts
Ooh.
with hearts of palm, water chestnut, and big chunks of beefsteak tomato and red onion. And you use the juice from the pickled artichoke as the dressing. It's just delicious.
That sounds good.
It is really good.
What about rice pudding?
Nope.
Nope. I'll have to agree with the rice pudding on that one.
Nope. I don't do
No.
pudding, period. And definitely not with rice.
Everybody's like, I want to see a cooking show now.
So only thing we have left to do for this piece is the lettering. And I'm going to be using a 0 rigger or a number 2. Well, I'm actually going to use both. My Jo Sonja fast dry glaze and some warm white. I'm going to give myself a clean palette here because this one is just tragic.
What are we making for dinner tonight? I have no clue.
My husband's turn to cook tonight. So we're having mushroom soup. I'm having cream of mushroom soup. And you guys are having the Tuscan tomato soup.
Oh, nice.
And grilled cheese sandwiches.
Oh, right on. Grilled cheese and tomato soup. Right on.
So that's supper tonight.
No puddings or custards.
No puddings or custards. Absolutely not. So, lettering. This one is super easy. Now, I decided on the 0 because of this smaller font down here. And I'm going to thin my paint. Let me pull this palette in here. I want the paint really thin, but I don't want it watery. That's the nice part about that glaze, is that it allows me to thin the paint without really diluting it too much. So I get paint that will flow nicely off that brush. Now the nice part about that 0 rigger is the shape. It's a nice square chisel edge. And so I'm able to paint my lettering in quite easily and follow the shape of it. And look how smoothly that paint comes off of that brush. Super easy.
We learned to paint, cook, we talk about food, dogs. Yeah, we cover a lot of subjects.
Yep.
But
and we stay away from anything related to politics.
Yeah.
Because I want to keep my PG rating on my YouTube channel. And I can guarantee you that if we discuss politics, that will go out the window.
Yeah.
So, no politics. Only sunshine and lollipops. That's it.
Yeah. No posts on politics. Only kitten and puppy videos.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah. You guys are killing me. I'm so hungry. Grilled cheese and mushroom soup comfort food? Yes.
Oh, yes, definitely.
Yeah.
I do. I'm not a fan of tomato soup. It just gives me heartburn. So, and I think it's a toss-up. Favorite soup? Chicken noodle, cream and mushroom.
Favorite soup?
Yeah.
Zuppa Toscana.
Zuppa Toscana.
Yeah.
The homemade one.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's probably one of my favorite soups. I could do like 2-3 bowls of that in a sitting.
Yeah.
It's spicy, it's creamy, it's got veggies, it's got everything.
Yeah, it's got everything.
Holy broccoli cheddar?
Ooh. Yeah, see. Yep.
I'm not a fan of cheddar.
I'm a fan of soup, so potato leek.
French onion?
Oh, yum. I love French onion soup.
A good French onion.
Yeah, a good French onion.
You should have to be able to break through the cheese.
Yep. And it needs to be a good cheese.
And it has to be hot.
Yep.
Hot. Even though I'm not a fan of soups in general. They're German spatzel noodles.
Oh.
Chicken noodle with German spatzel. Oh.
I'm thinking I'm going to have to try that because I do make spatzel.
That was Sheila.
Yeah, I do make homemade spatzel, so yes.
Sheila, send that recipe to my mother. Please. It needs to be done.
It needs to be done. I make homemade spatzel. I have to make a double batch. So I have to make enough for 8 people.
Yeah.
In one go because
I'll eat it all.
he will eat it all. And if I want any for fried spatzel the following day, I have to have enough made. So
I'm a little bit more conservative now.
Yeah.
Now, I understand that the next day there's
Yeah.
going to be fried spatzel with bacon and onions.
That's right. So he's a little more reserved. So I'm going to dry this. And then we're going to tackle that larger font.
Butternut squash soup.
Oh, yum. Red pepper and tomato bisque.
That's delicious.
Yep.
Boston baked beans and hot dogs.
Oh, my husband would agree.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's a bean and wiener guy.
Yeah. He's a weens and beaners.
Beans and beaners. Natasha's chicken pot pie soup. Renee, you would love my mom's German cooking. Probably. I love German food.
He was raised on it.
I was raised on German food.
So I'm going to switch to a number 2 for this. I think. Yep. Because that brush is a little too narrow for this larger lettering.
Oh, you had to switch it out?
Yeah, just, well, for the bigger stuff, yes.
Ah. So you went to the...
I went to a number 2.
Yeah. No on the hot dogs. Beaks and hoofs is never... It's always good for you. It's got to be used somewhere. Green pea soup with ham, taters, and carrots.
See, I like split pea soup. We have a brand up here called Habitant,
Oh, yes.
and I love that.
Really?
Yeah,
I'm not a fan.
but it's a texture thing for you.
It's a texture thing, but I also find it too salty.
Yeah, I love Habitant. But you eat mine.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because it's not salty. It's seasoned.
Yeah.
Schnitzel, pork with sauerkraut and pierogi. Oh, yes, please. I'll have that. Egg flour soup.
Oh, I'm all over that.
Yeah, that's
That's a me thing. I absolutely love egg flour, egg drop soups, anything like that. Any kind of an Asian soup, I'm all over it. I love.
ready for the giveaways.
Yeah, we should be doing some of those. Thanks for the reminder.
Thank you for reminding us. I need the wheel of names.
Oh, he's enjoying his microphone.
Yeah, not really.
Actually, I
it's
think
in my face.
I think you're enjoying it because you're not having to connect the sound.
Well, the fact that it's consistent now.
Yeah.
Wheel of names. I need a bunch of names. Apparently, Ali, Beatrice, Charles, Diana, Eric, Fatima,
Fatima.
Hannah, Gabriel.
Goodness.
Quite the...
We have quite the crowd today.
Is your Facebook connected on this one?
Should be.
No, it's not. And no, I'm not dealing with that. Oh, excuse me.
So this lettering actually fills in quite easy, especially if you have your paint reasonably well thinned. It will flow off that brush really nicely. And I'm not having any issues with it today, which is surprising, considering.
Oh, somebody celebrated J.L. Brewer celebrating 4 months being a member.
Woohoo!
Yeah.
So we got another batch of pins going out this week because in the month of January we got more members that hit that 6-month mark. So there's more pins going out this week, and everybody's been posting that they've been getting their happy mail, that they've been getting their pins in the mail, which is really great to see.
How come?
Our membership guys have been getting their 6-month membership pins.
There we go. Control.
We had a few delays the last week. We had piles of orders that were trying to get ready to go out, and then we were literally running out of packaging, running out of envelopes, running out of all sorts of things. And then, of course, they're reordered, but then now all of a sudden we've hit this snag with shipping. So everything has been delayed. So if you placed an order in the last 2 weeks and you haven't seen a shipping notification, we are getting things out as quickly as we can, but we are waiting on shipping materials to come in. So we've got more envelopes coming and more packing tape and stuff like that. Just, we order it every week, but all of a sudden we've got like 2 weeks worth that are just backlogged. So just bear with us. We're getting things out as quickly as we can. So we got some of it yesterday. So we're able to get a bunch of stuff mailed this yesterday. And again, some stuff going out today. So, and we are officially, as of last night, back in lockdown due to really high hospitalization numbers. It's gotten quite bad. So we are back in lockdown, so that may slow us down a little bit too. But just know, as fast as we get them out as quickly as we possibly can.
Which one was it?
What are you looking for?
I needed that one.
He's trying to get something connected here.
I've got to log into your Facebook, and it's not letting me do it.
Oh, okay.
4.
There.
Oh, it's right there. I am some sort of special today.
Good to know. Oh my gosh. Okay, so I'm going to dry this real quick. And then I got to fix something here because this is going to bug me somewhat. It's somewhat irksome. I got a little spot here on the inside edge of this letter. There we go. Needed to fix that because that would bug me. Rough edges. Don't like rough edges. So I'm going to dry that.
You got your phone handy?
Yeah. What do you need?
Facebook's going to send you another thing.
I love this.
It's a pain in the butt.
There we go.
What?
All this double verification.
It should be a 6-digit code. Nope, there it goes.
Okay.
You're good.
Yeah, all this verification of accounts and whatnot. He's trying to get Facebook connected there.
Yeah, wants to show notifications. New.
So, this is all nicely dry now. So we're going to add some shadows to the bottom of our lettering, and we're going to do that with a little bit of asphaltum. I kind of like this shading at the bottom. It just gives the letters a little bit of weight and a little more dimension than just having them base coated white. So I'm going to load my shader with some asphaltum, and we're going to shade the bottoms of the letters, just like so. And I'm only letting that shadow come up about 1/3 of the height of that letter. Because we're working on a black background, we don't have to be too careful with it.
Only 9 people shared it.
Really?
Yeah. 242 likes.
Nice.
Cool.
So there is that little shadow. Super easy. Don't putz with it too much. She doesn't need to be too dramatic. Like I said, don't... That little shadow at the bottom, it just gives these letters a little more dimension than if they were just flat white. So I'm going to dry that. And that is our Jack in the Pulpit. This is a really fun and easy piece. It's not a difficult one to paint. I mean, I have started with just a black canvas, stenciled the background, traced on line drawings, base coated, shaded, highlighted, added my details, painted in the lettering.
What the sweet...
What happened? Something happened.
Yeah, it's not good.
What?
Well, Wheel of Names isn't working.
Oh, fabulous. It's one of those days.
Let's refresh, maybe?
So I think from this
Wheel of
point...
Names is currently down to server maintenance.
Oh, lovely. Of course it is.
All right, so our random number...
We're going to use another random generator then.
Yeah. Here's hoping.
Here's hoping. So I'm just tweaking a few shadows. I'm going to grab a little more Diox. I want to brighten some things here.
Do we have to share besides? No, you don't. I was just looking at shares. You just have to talk in the chat.
Yep.
That's all you got to do.
Hit the like button.
Yep.
Hit the subscribe button if you're not subscribed to the channel. We'd appreciate that. So I'm just deepening, tweaking a few things. Just because I can.
Is there any other...
There we go. And there is our Jack in the Pulpit.
Feed that thing.
My tummy is talking.
Can I...
He's still struggling with this.
This isn't good.
Oh.
Why would you do this to me?
Why? This is par for the course today.
Yeah,
I mean,
no kidding.
everything has been breaking today. I don't want to touch my new stove now.
It's a good thing you're not cooking today.
It's a good thing I'm not cooking today.
Dang it.
Yeah, it seems like it's just been the week for it, all this stuff going wrong. But
I got 180 viewers, but only 27 names.
okay.
I don't know. I can't get all the names for some weird reason.
Oops. Well, I mean, we may have to do it after the fact and then post it.
Thinking of how to do this. 'Cause I can't get the names.
Yep.
It won't let me copy them.
Open up a document. copy and paste the names into a
It
document.
won't let me copy them.
Oh, okay.
I don't know why.
Oh my goodness.
Highlight. I don't know what's going on.
That's
There,
one of
I'm a
those.
Are you done painting?
I am. Switch us over.
Okay, I put you up here. There we go.
Oh my goodness. Really crazy. We're having technical difficulties, and I'm being messaged.
By whom?
Sandy.
Oh.
It's,
Good odds for those 27.
yeah, a little too good.
Yeah. I have no idea why won't it let me.
Did
Nope.
we? No such luck. I don't know what we're going to do then. I
I
think what we might have to do is copy and paste it after the fact and put it in.
Why did it send me to YouTube Creator Studio?
I don't know.
I want.
Oh my gosh.
I want all these names. No.
Just not working.
Copy. Can I paste?
He'll get it sooner or later. No,
No.
no such luck. Okay.
I don't know what's going on. It will not let me copy the list of likes. It will not let me copy anything from Facebook.
Okay. Alrighty. So, fortunately for us,
Fortunately.
we have the ability to go back and get that information.
Yeah.
So what we'll have to do is we'll have to figure out a way to get all those names off of those two lists. And then we'll have to post something with the winners. I'm sorry about that, but unfortunately, there's not much we can do about it right now.
May need this new spinner app.
We may need a new spinner app, but obviously today is not our day as far as technology goes. On the upside, though, the mics work.
The microphones were great.
The microphones work great. And
How do we get Flutterbys to show up in?
Flutterbys? I'm not sure. I think you hit the like button.
Yeah. Subscribe.
Oh,
If you're already subscribed, your name won't show up. It's the latest subscriber.
Yep.
And the star there with JL Brewer, I believe it's the newest member. Yeah. Yeah. Has been a
Newest-
member for 4 months.
Yep.
So
Oh, she was a member before
Yeah.
and re-upped. Yeah, but that was the newest one.
yeah.
And Linda Sharp was the newest one to hit the like button
Nope. She
or subscribe. That's it.
She's
Oh my
subscribed.
gosh.
And if you're on Facebook, you just have to like and follow.
Yep.
And your name will come up as a notification saying you liked and you followed.
All right, guys. I'm sorry about the technical issues today, but we will post a list of the winners this afternoon. And so watch my Facebook page for that, and we'll also send it out on YouTube. Thanks for your patience today. We appreciate it. Sorry we got off to such a late start, but having to move everything over to a different computer does that.
Yes.
So
And hopefully that other one starts up soon.
hopefully, fingers crossed that we don't have any further issues with that other computer. So, or get it fixed. One of the two. So that is it for us this week, guys. Thank you so much for joining us. As always, you do it every week, and we appreciate it. If you aren't subscribed to the YouTube channel, please hit the subscribe button and hit the bell notification so that you get notified whenever we go live or when we post new videos. And if you have any questions about today's project, all you have to do is go to the website, click on the little speech bubble on the front page in the lower right-hand corner, and that email will come direct to me. I'm happy to answer any questions that you might have. And please stay safe, and we will see you next Saturday right here, same time, same back channel. Love you guys. Mwah. Stay safe.
No? Oh yeah, I don't have a closing.
You don't have a closing one?
No,
No.
no. We'll be right back.
Oh, okay.